Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for all of your support. It really does mean a lot to me. So today I am marking June the 22nd. It's World Rainforest Day. And this day is set aside every year to raise awareness of the rainforest and how to protect them. I love nature and I wanted to do a piece today inspired by rainforests. So I'm going to go all green. I think I'm going to do like a freestyle kind of background. So I'm going to paint the background, blending in some different greens. And then on the top, I want to almost do like a swipe technique. I don't really know if it's going to work. I'm going to give it a go. But I want it to kind of reflect nature, maybe caterpillar inspired. So I'd like to create some cells. Yeah, I'm excited for this one, so let's see what we can create. Okay, so I have sped up the video of me painting the base because I get that this takes some time and you probably don't want to sit through a video that shows you how to paint a base. So I'm just laying all my green colours out in a line, and what I intend to do is use my brush and put kind of stripes on the canvas. So as you can see, I'm using several different green colours. I wanted to stick with the green theme to match the rainforest inspiration, and I'm doing stripes on the canvas because I want to try and create depth and almost a feeling of a 3D effect when I layer my other paints. So I'm just going to go through this process now, and each colour in turn I'm going to do kind of stripes on the canvas, and you'll see how this progresses. So as you can see, I'm not being too fussy about how I'm layering the paints. I'm doing it in a motion where it looks like they're overlapping, and using different tones of green gives that depth effect. So my intention is to cover the full canvas using this technique, and then I'll let it dry, and then what I'll do is I'll put the other technique over the top, and I think that's what's going to help me create my 3D effect. So as you can see, as I'm layering the different tones, it's giving kind of a like a thatched kind of woven effect on that canvas, and that's what's creating the depth. I don't usually freestyle the base paints. You probably often see me blow out the base paints, but sometimes it's good to go back to basics and kind of freestyle and just see where your own inspiration takes you. So as you can see, I've nearly covered this canvas. I hope you'll agree that it looks like, you know, using all the different tones, I've been able to create that the depth that I'm looking for. So as I said, this is rainforest inspired, and you know, this is kind of what I think, this is what I've interpreted a rainforest tone to look like. And especially with like a close-up on a leaf if I'm going to do caterpillars. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this, and let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm always interested to hear what you're thinking and what your feedback is. Okay, so I'm happy with this. Just a touch up there. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I think this is going to be my base. What do you think? I think I've got the tones and the depth just right. This is now dry, so now for the swipe. Okay, so I'm probably going to do 2, maybe 3 areas on this canvas, and you'll see that I'm kind of moving in like a wave motion. I don't want the swipe to really be too big. I'm trying to get that composition on the canvas. I do like the background that I've got, but I do think it's important to make sure the composition's right. So I'm just going to pour around here, again in like a wave circular motion, almost like the style and the shape of a caterpillar, because that's, you know, that's what I'm going for. So I'm just going to layer these paints, and then I intend to put some black my swipe colour, which is going to be black at one end, and swipe through. And I'm hoping that that's going to create the cells that I'm looking for and the lacing that I'm looking for. I'm not going to use too many different colour green tones because I don't want that to clash with the background. So as I'm moving across the canvas and doing like the wave design, I'm very conscious that I don't want to put too much paint on, but I want to put enough on so it kind of creates that technique that I'm looking for. Okay, I have done a paint consistency video, so for the paint consistency, check out my other video. I will list all the paints in the description as well, so if you wanted to give this a go, then all the colours are going to be there, and I'd love to see what you do as well. So make sure you share your creations, and that's one thing that I love about this kind of community and the creative side is we give things a go and we can share our ideas and techniques, and some people give it a go, and I think that's great. So okay, right, so I'm going to get my black swipe colour, and I'm going to put this on the edges, not too much, so I'm using this colour just so I can swipe through the design that I've already got, and it's this colour that's hopefully going to create that lacing and that texture that I want on this design. And what I'll do is I will swipe through with like a paper towel. Yeah, fingers crossed. Let's see if this is gonna work. I really hope it does. It's the paper towel is dry, it's not damp, so it should drag the colour all the way through. I'm not worried about the sides. I'm going to go back over those sides with a palette knife just to bring the design in together. Yeah, I like this. Let's let me do the next one, because I think I want to make sure that I get the consistency right. So I'm just layering the black paint on the edge, and then once I've done this, I will tilt just to make sure I get the flow of the design that I've got in my mind. Okay, let's drag this across. I kind of do it slowly because I want to make sure that I'm dragging that black kind of swipe colour all the way through. You'll see some of the cells already forming and some of the lacing already forming. Let's see, just put that there. I shouldn't have worn this hoodie. I'm generally quite good, but okay, let's just tidy these bits up. I think, yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm just going to go along the edge, and then I will, I think I'm going to use like a palette knife to tidy the edges up. I'm really enjoying this. I'm so pleased I did like a freestyle background and doing a technique on top. I love experimenting, so I hope you're enjoying watching this too. Okay, so I'm just going to go along the edge. I am going to tilt this slightly just to get some of the movement, so I'm not going to be too careful or too neat about this. Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be alright. So let me just go along this edge. Just kind of, I'm tidying up the edges a little bit, but you know, as I said, I'm not going to be too fussy. I think I've got just enough of the black swipe colour. I didn't want the black to kind of take over the piece. So I think I've judged that really well. So I put it at one end because I just thought it would be easier to swipe that colour across rather than putting a colour in the middle and swiping both ways. I just think that helps with the flow and the actual design itself. So yeah, I like this. So I think what I'm going to do is tilt. I don't want to tilt too much, but I just want to get some of the movement across, maybe get some of that black over one of the edges. I've left my edges white. I will tidy those up at a later stage. But as you can see, that black paint has, you know, it's done its job. I'm really, really pleased that I can see the lacing and the cells. And yeah, what do you think? This is definitely caterpillars to me. Caterpillars on a leaf. Yeah, I'm really, really happy. So I'm just continuing to tilt. I don't want to lose that shape that I've kind of created. I'm so sorry. I know when I'm tilting, you might not be able to see the full picture. I'm trying to experiment with my camera angles because I'm very conscious that when I was learning from other artists on YouTube, you know, the camera angle I know is very, very important, and for you to see how it kind of moves on that piece. So yeah, if you've got any tips or hints, please share them with me. I think I'm going to do another one just in that space, because although there's two there and they've worked out really well, I kind of feel that it's missing a bit. So I'm just tilting. Okay, so kind of like how this is. I'm happy with the movement that it's created. I definitely feel that there's almost like a 3D effect. I know you probably can't see this. Okay, so you can see the black paint has created that lacing and those cells that I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with that. So, I'm going to do a third one. A baby one. They need a baby one. So I'm just going to, same motion, squiggly across. I'm going to use the paper towel to swipe across. I hope now I've done this, that when I try and do the movement of this one, it's not going to distort the other two, because I'm really happy with those. But sometimes when you know, you've just got to give it a go. If this doesn't work, I'll scrape this bit off. But yeah, they needed a baby one, I think. Okay, so get my black paint. Again, I'm just going to do it on one edge, and then that will hopefully create the same kind of lacing and the cells that you see in the other two. Oh God, I don't know if I've done too much black there. It's okay. If I have, I can scrape it off. It's never a problem. It's only paint, right? So, okay. I'll swipe this way around. Okay. Oh, just get that. Oh, okay. Let's go for it. Go. Let's go for it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm pleased that I put a third one there. I think that's really helped with the composition. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So, a bit more black paint on the swipe than the other two, but let me just tidy up the sides. Again, I'm just swiping through. I want this, you know, this piece is, you know, fairly organic, and you know, this is about, I wanted to do something to recognise Rainforest, you know, World Rainforest Day, and I don't know if you're the same as me, but I absolutely love being outdoors in nature. I think, you know, the world is in some ways such a magical place, and the natural habitats that survive are just amazing. And yeah, I really wanted to mark this day because I just love nature itself. And let me just torch that because there are some air bubbles in there. Okay, right, I'm going to tilt one more time just to try and get that movement and that flow the same as the other ones. I'm going to go off camera, I know I am. Yeah. Okay, I'm just trying to get that third one to match the other two, just so it doesn't kind of stand out on its own. Okay. I need another camera view, don't I, guys? I know this is probably frustrating, but just trying to make sure that you stay in view, just so you can see what I do. Okay, I think I like it. So this is still the wet version, but let me take you in for a closer look. Look at that lacing that black, the swipe technique has created for me, and I'm so pleased that I used 3 different tone greens on the caterpillar designs, because I just feel that, you know, that was the right amount of tones, and yeah, it created what I wanted to. I'm really happy with it. I'll show you the dried version. Here we go. So it's fully dried. I'm really pleased with it. I know it's totally different to what I normally do. So I freestyled the background. I did a swipe over the top. And my inspiration for this piece was World Rainforest Day. And I just used greens with a dash of black. And I think it worked well. And I'm really, really happy with it. I hope you like it too. Let me know what you think.